Hello and welcome to the voiceover of kind of day 5, day 6, and also partially day 7 of MerMay. So yeah, I started this on the 5th, but I quickly ran into some problems, as we'll see soon, because like the background is going fine. I really enjoy painting all of these backgrounds. I kind of got prepared with the color studies I made before, which were mostly landscapes, and I did a lot of waterscapes too. So the water part was kind of, it's honestly, the water parts are always really fun and relaxing, but here we run into the trouble. I had so much trouble getting the figure right and getting kind of the gesture of the figure right. It's made after a reference image, which I'll also insert. But I had so much trouble just getting the volume of the form right and also the expression of her just floating on top. And honestly, in the end, I don't think I really nailed it and got it. And also, from this drawing, it quickly becomes apparent that I'm like not a figure drawing or anatomy master whatsoever. It's definitely on my radar to study this more and improve. And now the light purple thing I dropped in. This is generally traced over the key anchor points in my reference image, and then put it into my painting file to get a better grasp of how it actually works, because just doing it by eye just wasn't working apparently. So I wasted a lot of time on trying to get the figure right, and it was extremely frustrating because I wanted to get to the fun painting part, but it just didn't look good. This is almost what I ended up going with. I came back after a few hours on the first day. I didn't like how her tail fin thing clipped the bottom of the screen, because the reference doesn't do that. The feet of the woman are above the bottom edge. And I didn't like this clipping because I thought it made the entire picture look too grounded, and I wanted it to be light and airy and floaty and kind of dreamy. And her fin clipping the bottom just wasn't really doing it for me. So I end up changing that. It should come in about now. Wow, the timing on this. So yeah, I definitely struggled. And in the end, I'm not particularly happy about it. But at one point, I just had to stop fussing with it because it was just not going anywhere. So I continued with the rest of the painting. Something that really, I think, helped sell this was getting the reflections on the bottom layer of the water of her hand and her belly. I think that made a lot of difference, and I really think it helped sell this vision that we as the viewer are underwater, underneath her, and looking up into the sky just like her. So yeah. And now it's basically just rendering stuff out. Once the figure part got out of the way, the entire painting became much more relaxing. It's also super funny because since I did this over 3 days, basically, I always ended up kind of hating is maybe too strong a word, but I ended up always disliking it when I left, and then being kind of wow, it actually doesn't look too terrible when I came back to it, and with a fresh mindset and fresh set of eyes. This was really fun to experience, because I think sometimes we get too hung up on our perception of what it should look like, and then it doesn't look like it. But if we can take a step back, and it'll probably look better than we think it does. But it is this kind of thing in art where both your skills in drawing and your skill of perception does increase over time, and sometimes one overtakes the other, and it's always difficult to deal with the point where your perception is much better than your ability to execute, which is definitely a point I'm at now. So this was kind of a struggle. Yeah, I think the hands turned out really well. I really enjoyed this hand part. They also went over super quick compared to the clownfish mermaid I did a few days ago, where the hands gave me so much struggle. Wow. But yeah, now it's just a bit rendering and a bit of jewelry, because I thought having some floaty bands would sell the dreaminess of the entire scene a bit more. And I also thought that putting in just a few more tiny details would go well with the overall just very soft nature of the rest of the image, so that we have a bit more detail to focus on. And now comes my favorite part. Like, I loved rendering the water. It was the best part about this entire picture, honestly. Like, now, yes, the German comes through, but I really enjoyed the water part. Yeah. And that's it. Also, I think I messed up the circle, the like ripple on her more outstretched hand that touches the purple sky part. I think the ripple should have been a slightly different form. You will see me struggling with the form. Like, in a bit I'll draw a reference guideline in. I think that's already done though. No, now it comes in. Now you can see me warping it around a lot because I wasn't happy with it, and I'm still not entirely happy with it. Because I think the from the perspective wise, it just doesn't. It's not quite right, but it's almost okay. And since it's so diffused anyway, I thought, like, hey, I have to finish this sometime. I'm already 2 days late. These are the parts I did like on the 7th. On the 7th, I did mostly just the water reflections and the finishing touches. Oh, this is my favorite part. Like, this darker edge where the sky meets the water, and then these orange reflection parts in the water as well. I think those are such a cool detail that really amped up the entire atmosphere of the picture. And they were super fun to paint too. Like, the water part was Okay, and a few more details. And yeah, soon we'll be done. A bit of like glow and just a bit lightening to bring the entire thing a bit more to life. I think it's a bit too much though. I reduced it a little bit more. That's not on the time lapse for the final image, but just a tiny bit. And oh yeah, the bubbles I think helped sell that we are looking up as well. Though I could have made maybe a few more on her tail. And yeah, then a close-up of the one hand and the other, and the body, and that's it. Bye!